Thanks for tuning in. Before we get into today's video, which I'm very excited to bring to you because I'm finally revealing this boat, going to walk you through everything. Just want to give you a quick update on the giveaway. We're going to be announcing the winner of the $100 TB Nation gift card. That's the giveaway. We're going to be announcing it on the next video. There is still time to enter to win. To do that, go to the last video, which is the giveaway video. I'll link it in the description below, and I'll also put it right here at the top of the screen so you can click that. Go to that video, leave a like, leave a comment, and also subscribe to the channel to be eligible to win. But you have to do it on that video. Don't do it on this video. So go to that video and do those three things and enter to win. I will be announcing the winner on the next video. So that's the update right there. Again, to win $100 gift card, tbnation.net. And if you don't know, go to that website right now and see everything. It's a boat builder's dream. All right. So if you're a boat owner or looking to be one, this is a great giveaway for you. All right. Now that we got that out the way, it is time to reveal the tracker boat. Very excited about this. This is my first bass tracker build out that I've done. And it's not even a build out. I went in hard and did a rehab of a boat that's pretty much 30 years old, a 1994 boat. This took me 3 months to complete. With that being said, shout out to everyone who hung in there and watched the entire build process and was a part of that, left comments and engaged. Shout out to everyone who went along for the entire ride from start to finish. But it's all done now. Let's get into it. But wait, before we do that, let me show you exactly how we got to where we are right now. This is a 1994 Bass Tracker Pro 17. And as I walked around this boat, it just amazed me to think about day one when it got here. It wasn't until after this boat was delivered I realized just how much work was ahead to get this done. After all, I never saw the boat in person until it was dropped off. The owner of this boat wanted me to bring this rig back to life, and that's exactly what I set out to do. But it didn't come easy. How did we get to this point, you ask? Let me show you. First thing I needed to do was to strip everything down and get it all cleaned up. This was a lot to do for one person, so I volunteered my son to help kick things off by getting the front deck out. This was not easy because every screw that held the decking down was so rusted out, we had to just cut them out and sand down the remnants. Underneath the front deck was a bunch of old, loose pieces of Porofoam. I removed all the old pieces and replaced them with 2 layers of foam sheeting. After that, I removed the middle bench as well as the side console. With that being done, it was time to remove the floor of the boat. To speed up the process, I came up with an idea of using my overhead hoist to pull the old deck out, which was wedged in pretty tight. There we go. The hoist made pretty quick work of it, but man, underneath it was a whole nother story. Then began the journey of hours and hours of sanding and cleaning and more sanding and more cleaning. After getting the boat all cleaned up, I sprayed it down with a protectant and laid down the new foam. For this, I went with 2-inch thick pink foam board. Now, before building everything back up, I needed to work on a few upgrades. One, the rod locker was only 6 feet long, which by today's standards is way too short to be useful. To make this right, I cut out the front wall and riveted together a box to channel the rods through. Then I slapped some carpet on it and voila! Rod Locker 2.0 was born. This will serve my client much better for his 8-foot rods. Another notable upgrade was the steering console, which was pretty worn out but still usable. With some sanding and painting, we were able to bring it back to life with a pretty good color match. The boat came with a 4-switch panel, which we knew right away wasn't going to do it. So off to cutting and fabricating a brand new switch panel that would accommodate more electronics. With a new steering wheel, cup holder, a little gator skin, I'd have the console looking like new. Now came the wiring. A lot of the existing wiring was weather beat and simply just worn out. We wired up the batteries using 6 gauge for the 24-volt trolling motor and ran 8 gauge from the battery to the fuse box. This will supply power to all the remaining electronics such as the bilge pump, live well pump, all the hatch lights, nav lights, cockpit light, as well as the deck lights. For carpeting, we went with 20-ounce marine grade carpet, which is one of the best options for carpeting your boat. After sealing the plywood with fiberglass resin, we laid down the glue and applied the carpet. Also, a noteworthy thing to mention for carpeting the hatch lids is that we use contact cement instead of the normal carpet adhesive. We went this route because contact cement is fast curing and does a great job of holding down edges. To top things off, my client wanted a bigger casting deck and more storage on his boat. After all, what my client wants, he gets. So we measured everything up and fabricated a deck extension using 1/8 aluminum angle, which worked out great with the thicker plywood. Between the strength of the thicker plywood and the 1/8 angle aluminum, created a strong enough structure to hold body weight without adding under supports. This was great because in the end allowed my client to have much more storage room underneath the deck. We reinstalled everything, securing the floor and decking down with stainless steel screws. In the end, everything turned out awesome. With a big front deck like this, you got a lot of room to move around. You've got the outboard motor switch panel up front, which also includes a trolling motor plug. This is a custom panel I did myself specifically for this boat, which I vinyl wrapped to give it a clean professional look. My client didn't want the trolling motor pedal recessed. Instead, he wanted the flexibility to control his trolling motor from different angles. You've also got a seat mount right up front so you can sit and fish. The seat base is carpeted over, giving you that clean look. The 20-ounce carpet has a really good finish to it, looks very plush and comfortable to stand on for long fishing days. This is the gunmetal gray color I got on tbnation.net, and don't worry guys, I'll leave a link below in the description. Right here's a great shot of the finished side console. I have to admit, having it out in natural light really shows off how well the color match worked out. Again, the idea was to have a very clean look to it. The switch panel itself was upgraded to 6 switches, which include 2 integrated USB ports for charging devices. And of course, you've got the brand new steering wheel as well. This is a brand new fish finder mounted right on the side of the console with a little gator skin right at the base. Also in the faceplate is a dimmer switch for the deck lights. And of course, a boat isn't a boat without a cup holder. The middle bench seats were picked out by my client and delivered with the boat. A slight mod we did on this boat was to hinge both the driver and passenger seats to the bench. Originally, this boat came with a sliding driver's seat, but the owner felt that the juice just wasn't worth the squeeze to customize the actual seats to fit the existing slider the seat needed to be mounted on. I like this decision because underneath was an incredible amount of space that could easily be used as a large storage compartment. This right here is the original throttle that came with the boat. Not a lot to mention here besides that I had to completely disassemble this in order to recarpet the panel it's attached to. The trickiest part was doing all this work without the engine on hand to verify that the install was done correctly. And that meant I needed to take extra precautions to ensure that I put everything back together exactly how I found it. One of my favorite parts of this boat is the back deck. It's the widest part of the boat and gives so much space to fish from. You've got your rear nav light port. As a nice finishing touch, I installed door guard along this access panel. You've also got the Noco Genius battery charging port back here, which gives you a one plug option to charge all your batteries simultaneously. New vent covers in the back which acts as an exhaust for the batteries and gas tank. And outside the transom you've got the fish finder transducer, the speed pitot, hope I'm saying that word right, and the live well through hull fitting. Right here you've got the hatch for the front deck outfitted with a pull latch and a new lock based on the original style lock that came with the boat. Inside the hatch is carpeted with the same 20-ounce carpet used for the deck and also has 2 white LED hatch lights inside. Now this hatch is probably my favorite on the boat, which is the hatch on the deck extension. And that's because inside this hatch is a very wide open space that spans the majority of the width of the base of the boat. You've got your solid black white cap latch, a stainless steel hinge spanning the width of the hatch lid itself. The lid is strutted with a 22-pound strut because this is a pretty big hatch lid. Underneath the lid has a hatch channel welded right in to support all weight placed directly on the lid. And of course, for this to be a watertight hatch, you gotta have your drain tube. As you guys saw early in the video, I had to put in some work to extend this rod locker. I installed a brand new matching lock, and inside you've got an LED light and plenty of room underneath the deck to push your longest rods through to store it. In the end, this turned out to be a pretty spacious rod locker. The live well was in pretty good shape, so all I had to do was clean it up, install a new live well pump, and gave it some new trimmings to bring it all back to life. In the rear hatch is where the gas tank and batteries are located. You got your negative bus bar and a 60 amp breaker for the trolling motor. Also installed on the side wall of the boat is the Noco Genius onboard charger. This is a 3-bank charger. These are all lead acid deep cycle marine batteries. 2 batteries are wired in series, producing 24 volts of power for the trolling motor and 1 dual purpose battery to start the motor and run the electronics. Oh yeah, can't forget LED lights to light it all up at night. Speaking of that, this boat crushes it at night. The combination of blue and white lights throughout the boat just brings it all to life. I love the way the blue brings out the details at night. This actually just might be my new favorite color. anyway guys, as much as I love how this boat build turned out, none of this matters if the owner of the boat is not happy with the results. So let's see how that went. Dan, man, welcome.
Thank you.
Come see your baby.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at this thing. It's brand new, bud.
Yeah, no one would ever tell this is a 94.
This looks like it's come off the showroom floor. Oh my goodness, man.
Check it out, man. Check it out.
Look at all this.
You got plenty of storage under there, buddy.
I knew I had the right man, that's for sure.
Man, I appreciate it.
Look at this.
I appreciate it.
I love this. I love the way you did this. Oh, you got the chrome cup holder.
Got your new cup holder there.
Look, they did this console. That thing was all weathered.
Oh man.
This is obviously the best boat I've ever had.
Oh man. Man. No, appreciate that. Wow.
What a heck of a job, man. It's just like you bought this thing back to like from 94, you bought it back into the new millennium.
Yeah, man. All right, Dan's got his boat. I am super happy for him, and he's going to get on out of here. This is a beauty. You'll never know the age of this boat.
Totally amazing, bud.
Awesome, man. I'm glad you are happy. One day we're going to get out here and do some fishing, right?
Absolutely.
All right, look forward to that, guys. Stay tuned to the channel. All right, another one in the books. That was a serious build, guys. Took 3 months, but 3 intense months. And a lot more work than I anticipated, but it came out absolutely perfect. Hope you guys enjoyed this series. Woo! I gotta get my shop back in order. I had to rearrange things to even fit the boat in here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting everything cleaned up, put away, get the Rona back in her place, because I've got some work coming on the Rona that I'm super excited about. Stay tuned. The next boat build, which is my personal boat, is already underway. I'm super excited about this build because this is my boat and I can do whatever I want. So subscribe to the channel to get notified of exactly when we post that build. Leave us a like and drop a comment on this video. We'll see you on the next one.